Savannah Guthrie, Mike Barnicle earlier this morning was saying enough with President Obama blaming George W. Bush. You asked Robert Gibbs about that, didn't you?
I did. You know, inherit is a word we hear a lot around here. They never miss an opportunity to say, we've inherited this recession, we inherited this deficit mess, all of which is true. But I did ask Gibbs about that last week as he was talking about the blame game in Washington that Republicans were playing. Let's listen.
The American people have watched for decades the blame game, all right? If the blame game put people to work, we'd all be rolling in money.
Hasn't the president been part of that blame game, too? I mean, he took a partisan swipe yesterday in that speech. This administration doesn't miss an opportunity to blame the past administration.
You know, I appreciate the ability to forget anything that happened before we got here. The president didn't... the president inherited an economic downturn. He inherited a massive budget deficit. He understands one thing. The American people put him here to solve the problems that were created however and by whoever they were created.
Good. Wow.
So kind of an interesting exchange.
Inherit.
Yeah, and you know, I've asked advisors this for months, actually, because I just wonder politically, even if it's true that they've inherited all this, you know, at what point politically does it stop being a very persuasive or appealing argument to Americans who feel like, well, you got this job, it's your job to fix it now?
I would say, judging from the responses around this table and some of the polls you see, I think the statute of limitations, whether deserved or not, is up on George W. Bush. It's his White House now. It's his war now. It's his economy now. And I think at some point, the White House risks sounding like whiners if they don't. And listen, I understand. They inherited a horrific economy, 2 horrific wars. I understand. I'm just talking the politics of it.
Yeah. They want to look like a bunch of whiners.
But Gibbs did say, you know, to give him his due, Gibbs did say the president knows it's his problem now. But then he also said inherited about 5 more times.
It is the president's problem, but he inherited it.
All right, so
really.